See me? Very happy freaking holidays, huh? The frustration of the holidays.
Yeah, he's frustrated because he does not know how to do technology. But now the light.
What's going on? See that? It's the holidays, a lot of pressure. Welcome.
Welcome. You don't even cook or bake or do anything. You're the sampler.
I'm talking about this.
Oh, okay. So the pressure is technology, not the holidays. Regroup.
No, it's the holidays. It's the weather. All the stuff coming up. Well, welcome anyway. Week 35, ladies and gentlemen, of Wellness Wednesday. Week 35. Can you believe it? Right? And we'll hope everybody's doing well, that you are where you need to be, or you will get there safely tomorrow. If you're stuck at an airport, as you know, there's a huge storm out in the Midwest that's getting their butt kicked in the Southeast, in Colorado, and the Midwest. So I appreciate the rain only. I see these cars skidding on the side of the road. I'm like, what the hell? So what is it? I'm glad you're here with us. And yeah, so here we go. So today's topic is, since the holidays starts tomorrow officially, and it's about family members, and it's about family, and it's about getting together. How do you make it through the holidays? How do you make it? What do you do?
Stress.
What kind of stress?
You know, with the traveling and family together.
See, the airports, people standing in line, the car accidents. It's like, man, just to get where you need to go, I hope you get there alive and in one piece. So that's what's up. So today it's going to be a marathon Wellness Wednesday. We're going to talk about family. We're going to talk about the holidays, how to get through some certain situations. So we're going to line them up and we're going to knock them off. Okay.
Some tips on de-stressing.
De-stressing. So what happens here when you get together with a family is the old childhood memories pop up, right? And sometimes it can be a big disappointment. You weren't the kid that, you know, your siblings thought you would be, or your parents thought you would be. There's comparisons. So there's this, you revert back to an old childhood behavior. Isn't that what happens when you go back to your family? You kind of revert back and fall into this role that you were when you were a little kid. And you may have changed, or you probably did change, or you're probably a different person, but you go back into those roles and you're like, and people don't get you because you may have moved on, you may have done some work on yourself. And so, you know, from there you could probably be feeling somewhat, you know, depressed or anxious, you know, a little frustrated. And the other thing about the holidays is what? I never concerned myself. I never thought about how depressing holidays can be, because my holidays were pretty good as a kid, and they were always fun, and I had a good foundation. However, I did not realize that holidays can be, you know, painful for some people, because there's certain people who won't be there this year. You know, it could be a divorce, it could be a death. You could be live all the way across the country. You can't make it, you know, due to whatever reasons, financial reasons, and so the holidays I see how they can be, you know, just stressful, and because the people who you want to be with, you know, aren't around. So what do you do with that? And on the other hand, what if you are with the people who you don't want to be around, but you're with them? Right? Come on, let's get real. Right? I mean, think about it. What if you are around people you don't, you know, and I just mentioned this before, where you can, what is that? You know, be around a sibling who's, you know, they could be comparing, what have you done this year? You know, who's your new girlfriend? Who's your new boyfriend? Or why aren't you married? Why haven't you gotten this job? All kinds of things like that. Okay? So.
Or the uncle is always hitting on your.
The uncle. Everybody has one of those, right? That uncle.
He's always hitting on your wife or on your girlfriend.
Yeah, par for the course. You know, or the boyfriend. You know, that he's not there, and they wonder, well, where is he? And you know, you never brought that up. So all kinds of interesting things can happen when families get together. So let's go through a few steps and get some answers to those, so you guys can have something to lean on. Okay.
If you guys have any questions, also ask, and we'll try to help you with, you know, with them as best as possible, or any concerns.
Yeah. Okay.
Or the holidays, yeah.
Or the holidays. So before we begin, let's let you know that, you know, we are brought to you by Final Step International. where we make sense of your life and your situation to empower you to move forward without hesitation. We want to make you able to understand why you do what you do, when you do what you do, and how you do what you do, so you can change it if you do not like it. If it is a behavior that is unwanted, let's understand where it comes from. Let's put it to rest. Let's change the mind, may have a mind shift. Therefore, you can do something different and be the person you always wanted to be, or do what you always wanted to do with confidence. Okay? So let's move on to the first one. The first thing you want to do in these holidays is keep a regular routine. Try not to steer too far off, to please other people. A routine gives us, that certainty of things are going to, turn out the way they need to turn out. Work is a routine. Get up in the morning, brushing your teeth. Those are routines. The routine. Don't go way off board where you're, sacrificing yourself for other people and you're not happy about it. Anything else, Miss Yugas?
The gym. Oh wait, commercial. Grandson's here.
Commercial, ladies and gentlemen. Commercial break. Wow, the commercial isn't breaking.
Yes. So
I gotta say goodbye.
Yes, so I had the pleasure of waking up to this cutest little thing in town. Oh wait, this one. So he's leaving.
All right, big boy. We'll see you tomorrow, okay? You got it, man. Nice goo. See ya.
So this morning I woke up to him, and it was super special because he hugged me. He's like, "Good morning, Nana." I was like, "Hey." So, anyways, yes. That
Let's keep it a routine.
Let's keep it a routine, yeah. And one of the things is, especially when you know that you're going to see a family member and it's a stressor, or you're going to be around the family and it's a stressor. Is this the time for this?
Not yet. We're doing routines.
We're doing routines.
Right. Next one, moderation. Do things in moderation, okay? All right? Don't drown your sorrows. Don't eat too much, drink too much. Part of just moderation, especially us older folks. As we get up in age, we don't want to overdo that hangover or eat too much and have that uncomfortable experience. So take your time, just enjoy it. Nitpick, pick at it, that sort of thing. What do you have to offer for moderation?
The food's not going away.
Sure ain't. There's a lot of food, man. I used to see the stores. Man, America does great on Thanksgiving. I'm buying all that food. We are a very fortunate country. I'm telling you that.
I would say, if you just have a bite of everything. You don't have to overindulge.
Mm-hmm.
Just have a bite. You'll be fine.
Yeah, it ain't going nowhere. We ain't 21. Okay, so ease up on that one. Ease up on that. Okay. Another one is to be realistic. Try to be realistic about the situation in the holidays. Be realistic in that.
Expectations.
Expectations. Keep them low. People who show up are the ones who show up. We tend to idolize these holidays, and we imagine that they're going to be a certain way, and certain people are going to act a certain way, and things are going to be a certain way, and we got these high hopes that maybe they'll accept me, notice me, or appreciate me, or whatever the case is. The family members, and sometimes it doesn't work out the way you want. So just be realistic about things.
Remember, your family is not the Hallmark Channel.
Do not compare. Do not compare yourself to them.
When you do, you're setting yourself up for failure.
That's right. Okay. So be mindful of that. That's all. So that being said, those are a few. So we have, keep a routine, moderation, and be realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how about number four? Stay connected. All right. Spend time with those who value you. So remember, we talked about the family members who may not like you, or you don't like them, whatever the case may be, and you don't get along for whatever reasons. Well, you don't have to hang around them. A quick hi and bye. Remember, you're not seeing them every day. You may want to make the adjustment that you're going to be cordial for the moments you're going to meet with them and talk to them during this time. And then you can get back to the people who really care about you, who really dig you.
Sure.
Got that? So
one thing I have learned this past year is that family is not the one that you were born into. is the one that you feel good around, and those who are there for you when you need them the most, and that you really don't have to call them, they're there for you. And that was the hardest thing for me to learn.
Why was that? How was that hard for you to learn?
Because I have always been taught that family is the one that you're born into.
Mm-hmm.
So to be able to accept, like the help and the love, the unconditional love from someone else was
unheard of in your family? Yeah, unheard of. And like today, I called a friend of mine, Stephanie. She's like my big sister. She's my other sister, from a different mother. And we've been friends for over 20-something years, so she's like family to me. So that's my family. And I can always count on her for things. I can count on her to yell at me. I can count on her to be disappointed in me. I can count on her to do a lot of things and to love me. So that being said, so family doesn't have to be the bio family. It can be the family that you've met, who've been good to you, who understand you, who are with you when times are, at their bleakest. Yes, that's just straight. Who the hell do you think you is? Do you have certain phrases of when people lose their mind? Have you lost your mind?
They lose it when they think you lost your mind.
Oh yeah. So do you have any phrases they use? Have you lost your mind? Who do you think you is?
Are you kidding, baby girl?
Are you kidding, baby girl? So those are some of the phrases that a good family member will express to you because they care. All right? Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, yes. Oh, here's one. No guilt.
Oh, yeah. That was hard. And that is hard for a lot of people. It took me years.
Right. In other words, don't put pressure on yourself. Okay? Don't put pressure on yourself. Tell them that one, Alina. How did you experience that one?
Oh, that was hard. That one was very, very hard.
What kind of guilt did you incur?
Well, because it's your family, so you believe that you have to do it, either you like it or not. You don't have to feel good about it. It's because it's your family. So you tend to do a lot of things that does not make you feel good about yourself, or things that you don't want to do. So then you leave the event and you're like, So I learned that you don't have to do it. Do what makes you feel good about yourself. Mm-hmm. And what makes you feel happy. Mm-hmm. If it doesn't make you feel happy, and if it doesn't bring you joy, you don't have to do it. Mm-hmm. And I remember when Mr. Odin used to say this to me, I was like, oh my gosh, what kind of a person.
He's so wise.
Yeah. No, I didn't say that.
Oh, he didn't say that.
No. What kind of a heathen is he? And da-da-da-da-da. And then it took for many years of therapy.
To grab the pebble. Ay, grass hopper.
And so it's
what did you learn? You didn't give them.
That I don't have to do things that make you feel uncomfortable.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So if I don't want to do it, I don't do it.
So remember, don't put pressure on yourself. Yeah. Take care of yourself. You do not owe anybody anything. You only owe yourself. Okay? Cool. Another one here is these holidays during these times, and we hear the homeless situation out there. It's just I can't even describe those conditions, but is to not be alone. Okay, being alone means who am I in the world, and where's my tribe? Where are my people? So being alone can be really a sad state of affairs, because you or the individual does not have anyone they can look to and say, hey, you're one of us. Welcome to the family, and we're glad you're here. Isn't it nice when people invite you in, they offer you a hot cup of, yogurt or yogurt. What's that called? Cocoa. There we go. Yogurt, cocoa. Good Lord. And it's just nice to be welcomed. But so if you're going to be alone and you don't have family, you may want to volunteer. Okay, volunteer and do something and serve other people who may be less fortunate or who need your services.
And believe me, there's always somebody that is willing to spend the time with you or to give you or to share a meal with you. I mean, that's one thing I could honestly say about my family, that we are very welcoming. It doesn't matter.
Oh, yes, they are.
Oh, what anybody might want to say about us, but one thing my mom have always taught us is, if you can feed two, feed three. And
Yeah, she has all kinds of Cuban sayings that are pretty dead on, but she doesn't write them down. Doesn't remember.
so one person, church, or people, a year, they could be whatever they are. But when it comes to the holidays, nobody wants to see anybody being alone. So yeah, volunteer at a shelter, or a neighbor, or even the elderly. So it just breaks my heart to know that they're spending the holidays alone. So trust me, find somebody that will definitely want to spend time with you and share a meal with you.
Wow. Are we getting depressed here, people? Oh, Lord's so sad. Oh my God. Yeah, this is wow. We're gonna have a little excitement. So we're gonna do a little commercial break. Well, welcome to the needs-based method. Right here we go. Where discovery, awareness, and empowerment is what we're all about. Whoop, there we go. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Okay, the needs-based method. No, there's the one. There's the finished one. Yeah, there's the finished product. Okay, right. We would go behind the scenes to understand the behavior so you can change it. Okay, understanding what needs are being met and not met in the moment. So we talk about needs. Yes, what needs are going to be met during the Christmas or these holidays? What needs are not going to be met? And when most of our needs are met, we're pretty happy people, right? Or just life is pretty good. When our needs are not getting met by certain individuals, then there's a sadness involved, and there's hurt and disappointment. So make sure your needs get met. If you don't know how to get them met, ask for them. I'm needing blank. I'm needing connection. I'm needing validation. I'm needing choice. So ask for those things. Okay, don't be shy.
This is a good one. This is uplifting after my moment.
That was gonna.
Today I made a delicious, this is going to sound a little weird, cranberry salsa.
It's tasty. I never had a cranberry salsa. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I watch enough food channels. I get teased every time I look at the delicious food they're making.
So I made it with my grandson, Vince, and I. We love the kitchen. And I believe that's where I saw it. But it actually is really good. So we're going to have it tomorrow.
Excellent. Okay.
So share, a recipe.
Share the recipe. Share the recipe. Share what you know. Because they had it on the Today Show. They had all these people from all over the state.
Something.
Yeah. One person from each state to share their recipe. And it was kind of cool because, they were, you never heard of these people. They're just they're living their lives. And next thing they pluck them from their respective states and they're New York City, probably set up by the company and just having a great time sharing what they do and the food that they make.
And tips.
Yeah, tips and stuff. Yeah, so it was neat. It was really neat. I like that. Okay, so where are we? We're going down the line of the Hollywood holiday season. It is the eve of Thanksgiving, where we're going to meet those family members, and we're going to what? With those family members, are we going to be cordial to those family members? Are we going to
cool 70 degrees?
Cool 70 degrees. Keep it there, right? Do not compare. You live your life. Do what you need to do to get where you need to go. Do not depend on others for your validation. Remember that. Yeah. Be mindful of that, okay? But you're going to meet those people who see you as you were, not as you are, okay? So focus on today, not on yesterday. That's the new one. Focus on today, not on yesterday. Isn't it interesting how people will hold on to who you were, and you did a lot of work on yourself, and you've changed, and you're doing things different. And so now, what are they doing? They still treat you like the old you. And we talked about that at the beginning. The 13, 12-year-old coming home, and you revert back to those old roles you used to participate in or become when you're that age, you know. And now, you know, 10, 20, 30 years come back or go through and you're doing it again. Boy, that subconscious is a some boy. What? It's crazy. So, you know, family. It's very interesting, those family. Those families. All right, so what we got here? Let's go. We got one more here. We got, here's a big one. And these are for all you rescuers, or these for all you people pleasers. These are for the people who have a hard time standing up for themselves to certain family members or situations because you believe you're going to get judged or shamed or blamed or something.
Let us have it. What is it? I'm curious.
Yeah, because you know, you're that kind. You're that person who everybody else kind of unloads all their things on, and you're supposed to do it. You know, cook more, you know, this more, pick up that, do this, and you keep saying yes, yes, yes. Well, guess what? Here's the new word of the season. You can now learn and now say this with confidence and authority and conviction. Just say no. Just say no.
It feels good.
Yeah, no thank you, no.
You even have to, well, at the beginning you say no thank you, and then you say no, and I really.
No, then you go, hell no. A little spice to it. Hell no. Who do you think you is? I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all. Right? It's time. So say no, right? When you have to do more than you can, you do not need to take on the world. You do not need to be Atlas of the family, right? To hold the world on your shoulders. So say no. And what's difficult about saying no is our biggest fear in this situation is we're going to disappoint the people we care about. But I can't say that word. However, you need to think of yourself, okay? And what you choose to do to bring joy to your life. Remember, to empower you to move forward without hesitation. That's the key. So say no, be uncomfortable with it, and then move on. Okay, so those are some tips in this new holiday that's upon us. Be grateful. Practice gratitude. As you see on the news, you see all these cars slipping off the road, flying in ditches in the Midwest. You see, you know, in the East, Louisiana, and all these other southeastern states where, you know, there's storms and wind are blowing trees on cars and smashing houses and all kinds of things. So if that's not happening to you, then take time to just kind of be grateful of who you are, where you are, your health, you know, the people who you are around and who you care about. Life is short, people. It really is. We're only 80 years out of 80 years, you know, on the average. I'm being generous, but so let's make something of it. Let's enjoy it with the people, you know, who we're around. Okay. Absolutely. Any last parting words? A little more enthusiasm. Come on. You know what, I'm falling asleep.
Well, I am saying no. I would tell you to, you know, go into the family dinner, into the holidays with absolutely no expectations. It's like I said, go into, like, let's say tomorrow, go into your family dinner, your whatever, wherever you're going to be, at a cool 70 degrees, and try to keep it at that and come out, let's say 76 degrees, you know, meaning don't allow anyone or any situation to really get you out of your norm. And one of the things that I have learned, and I will practice myself, is to think about when the day is over or your event is over, what is the one thing that you're looking forward to the most? Is it coming home and relaxing, or going back to your hotel room, or, you know,
getting away from that family member?
Yeah. And think about that. So when a situation is escalating, this is some NLP here. When a situation is escalating, just think about that one moment. Stay focused on the one moment of when you are away from that event, when you're away from that sibling, that aunt, that uncle, that mom, whoever is your trigger. think about when you're away from them, what's going to be that outcome. And that way you can stay cool and calm, and you don't allow them to push your button and to bring out the worst in you.
Remember, the big thing is not what happens, but how you respond.
Right.
Or how you react.
And remember, if you react, you're feeding the beast.
Feed the beast. You don't want to do that. Okay? So that's it for these this holiday marathon of tips to get through it on this Wednesday. This is November 27th.
Yeah.
This 27th. Okay, so have a great holiday, Turkey Day. Enjoy the family. You only get one, and we will see you next week. Or we'll be gone.
We won't see you next week. But we'll see you the following week.
We'll be out of country, so we'll see you the following week. So tell me some good stories about Thanksgiving. Okay?
Yes, and that Black Friday is right. Yeah, Black Friday. Don't go crazy buying and getting all caught up in the hype.
Yeah, we won't. If you want to, we can talk about, is this really Christmas, or we gotta buy stuff? Anyway, let's not go there today.
All right, guys, have a good one.
Come on, peace out. Have a great one.
Bye.
See you later.